Hi, I'm Joanna Martin and welcome to your behind the scenes tip this week. We're just here in London and it is so good to be back in London, I have to say, setting up for a small presentation secrets that we're actually doing here for a colleague of ours. It's a private one. But what I thought I would do is, because we're in a smaller room than usual, and I thought it's a good opportunity to talk about room setup, because there's various ways I like my room set up for the best energy management, and sometimes then you have to break the rules. So just turn around this way and we'll have a look at the room setup that we've got here. As you can see, this is a smaller, a fairly narrow, long room. Now with a narrow, long room, you kind of have to have an aisle down the middle. I prefer usually not to have an aisle down the middle and instead have a block of chairs right in front, then a wing over here and a wing over there with two aisles either side of the main block. Because then when you're standing on stage and you deliver straight to your audience, your energy, if you like, is going to people rather than straight down an aisle. Does that make sense? However, you have to break the rules when you're in smaller rooms. So here we are in a smaller room. We've got the aisle down the middle, but if you look carefully, you'll notice it's not quite in the middle. You see, we can only fit a certain number of chairs across here. Now, ideally, you always want to have blocks of even numbers, right? Blocks of even numbers of chairs. Now, the reason for that is quite often in an event, I will say, just turn to the person next to you and share one action that you're going to take in light of this new information. Or turn to the person next to you and share where you're stuck in your business. It's keeping it interactive. But if you think about it, if I'm saying turn to the person next to you and there's 5 chairs, then 2 people will go together, 2 people will go together, and 1 person will be left alone. If they go into groups of 3, the exercise takes longer. So I always look to have even numbers in the blocks of chairs, which is why in our smaller room here, when we can only fit either 5 and 5, we've opted to go for 6 chairs on one side and 4 chairs on the other, which means that our aisle is a little off centre, but it means that the energy in the room will be managed as best as we can in a smaller environment like that. So there's just a little bit about what the ideal room setup is and how you can bend and break the rules when you need to make sure that you're getting the best participant management, the best energy management, and ideally the best outcomes for your event. I look forward to seeing you on the platforms of the world.